Pauri 29.
भुगति ज्ञान दिया भंडारण, घट घट वाजे नाद। आपे नाथ नाथी सब जाकी, रिध सिद्ध अवरा साध। संजोग विजोग दोय कार चलावहि, लेखे आवहि भाग। आदेश तिसे आदेश, आदे अनल अनादे अनाहत, जुग जुग एको वेश।
Explanation. Gross food is required to sustain the physical body, to make it healthy and keep it going. Gross food cannot give the required nourishment to the mind that gives mental health, happiness, contentment, and other required prerequisite for its well-being. The food of the mind is divine knowledge. Divine knowledge gives the virtue and quality of compassion to the mind, which is the resultant of the accumulated, perceived and practice of divine activities in real life. Compassion is the essence or grace of the Almighty as the resultant of the fruit of mergence in His divine glory. Compassion is the treasure of the divine food. It is like a steward of divine knowledge. During the process of consumption and accumulation of divine knowledge in the mental frame, divine melody in the physical human temple uninterruptedly goes on with each inflow and outflow of the breath. It is such a fine voiceless voice that ear is unable to make a note of this, but with complete silence of mind and on being attentive within, this celestial melody can be easily conceived, felt, tasted and enjoyed that vibrates in the heart and in the fine human body. This makes the devotee to express the omnipresence of Almighty and His omnipotent nature. Almighty is the Lord who rules the whole universe. He is the master of the whole creation. He takes the net command and responsibility to govern each one of us in all conditions. Almighty controls us similar to the bull master, who after putting rope in the nose of the bull controls completely all his actions. Under these conditions the bull cannot move in a haphazard way of his own. His master, who has rope in his hand to have absolute control, governs his every step. In the same way one can control his mind provided he succeeds in managing to keep his senses under his thumb. Furthermore, various problems faced by spiritual aspirants have been brought in this Pauri. It is said that different types of powers to perform miracles and different types of occult capabilities, which one gets during the process of spiritual efforts, are hindrance in the ultimate goal of self-realization, and are simply useless and act as obstacles in the divine path. The taste or use of these powers ruin the progress of the spiritual aspirants. One must not show spiritual miracles to others to demonstrate for any purpose, relevant or irrelevant. These powers, if used for undue gains, ruin the developed spiritual capabilities of devotees and don't allow him to make progress in the path of divinity. Rather, the accumulated grace of Almighty is washed away automatically with time. These powers are for different classes of people who have a low mentality. Spiritual aspirants must look for the mergence in Almighty, to taste His magnificence, and aim only for realization of the self within. As in our body system, breath in and breath out goes on continuously, Similarly, a type of pranayam goes on in this magnificent universe. The process of breathing in and out is similar to birth and death, and this process is continued for each one of us in this universal creation. As night goes, day comes. Similarly, day goes and night comes. This is an uninterrupted process and is as per the divine law and system of Almighty. No one can interfere in this. Thus, these two one after the other, like union and separation, are like two wheels of the universe that churn the share of destiny of the creation. One gets and loses as per his prewritten destiny. There may be union or separation, whatever is destined, it ought to happen. Only the Almighty can alter if He wishes. Life and death, happiness and miseries, loss and gain, likes and dislike, union and separation, hot and cold weather, friendship and enmity, and all other processes are duality of life. Life moves in duality. It is the unaltered law of nature. Along with many other conditions, the law of action and reaction play a major significant role. This all is basically governed by omnipresent and omniscient power of Almighty. Lastly, one must hail into the universal Lord, who is primal, pure, without shape and form, and eternal. Furthermore, He is forever and remains the same, perfect, completely integrated, unchanged, unaffected with time, and is beyond time and thus ever new and fresh. In this Pauri in the nutshell, expanding upon the previous one, Guru Nanak Ji shuns the yogi who is engaged in acquiring occult powers to perform miracles. He preaches that the sole purpose of a yogi should be a communion with the Divine Spirit and not to get trapped in occult powers. Duality is a universal law. If one expects and wishes happiness in life, then he must be prepared for sorrow. This continued universal divine process must be honored.